There is nothing more important in this world than being named a team captain of a National Football League team. All right, maybe not. But this week, Mike Zimmer, head coach of the Minnesota Fighting Vikings, was on with Paul Allen, voice of the Vikings, and was talking about superstar running back Dalvin Cook and naming him a team captain for the 2020 season. Zimmer said this, quote, "I'm going to make him a captain," him being Dalvin, "because of all the things he represents here and the way he's gone about his business and works," end quote. So Dalvin, he really has been a quiet leader on the Vikings recently, very much in the Hunter, Kendricks, Harrison, Thielen mold, walk softly, carry a big stick, lead by example. It's almost like the Vikings and Spielman have a type. It's weird, right? As well as, you guys remember Latavius Murray, former running back of the Vikings, who has talked about and raved about Dalvin's maturity, work ethic, quiet leadership, etc. And you see it. I mean, Dalvin, of course, is a man of few words, but when he shows up, he grinds, whether it's in a game, whether it's in practice, whether it's in the meeting rooms, etc. And also, what's really stood out to me, and this is just more of an offshoot tangent, but during this ongoing contract dispute with the Vikings, Dalvin has not said a peep. It's all been through his agent, because usually it's good when players just let their agent do all the dirty work, just because when bridges have to be mended later on, if the deal does get done, they could just blame the agent, and the agents can be the bad guy. It's fine. It's like, I'm earning my 3%. I'll be a douchebag. I'll go full on Ben Dogger on the bid, and the player just stays above public scrutiny, right? But I mean, sometimes the player can't help themselves, and they do get acrimonious, whether through social media, whether through the actual media, just through comments. And like you've seen it on the team before, like even like Kyle Rudolph was not above getting a little bit snarky and passive aggressive with the Vikings last offseason before he got in his extension, right? So, but with Dalvin, it's been nothing. It's been nada. So he's handled it with pure class and maturity, and he's been as rock solid as they come. And also, if you look at who the Vikings have been naming captains as recently, so last year, the Vikings had 7 captains. 7, which is like slightly less than a seventh of the roster just have the C on them. But they do return 4 this year. They got Kirk Cousins at QB, Riley Reif, who's been a captain since he got here in 2017. Kyle Rudolph still wearing the C, as well as Anthony Barr. But also they lost Linval Joseph, special teams captain J-Ron Kurtz, as well as Everson Griffin for now. Everson is not a Viking as of right now, but let's give it some time, right? Dalvin will be the first Vikings running back captain since Adrian Peterson wore the C his final year in 2016, which is also his only year as a captain, which is just, you don't see a lot of captain running backs. Like recent examples, Todd Gurley, believe he was a captain. Was Zeke a captain last year? I don't really know. If only there was some way we could actually do research on this. Like, if only in front of me there was this magical box that has access to all of the information in the known universe that the government lets us look up. It's crazy, right? But now, and by government I mean Google. But is being a captain important? I mean, no. Leaders don't necessarily have to wear the C. Like, tell me Eric Kendricks hasn't been a leader of the defense the last couple of years, even though he hasn't been named a formal captain. As well as look around the league. Some of those jabronis who had that C on their chest, they ain't leader. The entire locker room hates them. They ain't leading anything, right? They couldn't lead. I was trying to think of an analogy. Can't. Whatever. But overall, it does correlate with how highly Zimmer's been talking about Dalvin Cook, as well as Rick Spielman. Rick's talking about how he does want to get a long-term extension done. So, nice gesture, potential commitment to Dalvin here, even if it's purely ceremonial. But also, maybe it does grease the wheels a little bit in terms of the Dalvin Cook extension talks. Maybe Dalvin does realize that, hey, this is home. I'm already firmly established in the dominance hierarchy here. This is my team. This is my coach. Kubiak ain't going anywhere. Perfect scheme for me, outside zone, single cut and go. And I can thrive here as opposed to starting over somewhere else in a new town, in a new locker room, new this, new that. So, maybe I will give in a little bit. Maybe I'll look around this locker room and you see guys like Danielle Hunter and Harrison Smith who have consistently taken less just to stay part of this team, part of this locker room, part of this culture. Maybe I'll do the same. So, again, maybe this is just Zimmer rewarding Dalvin for all the great work he's done, but also maybe it's a little bit of 5D chess, and Zimmer's just trying to keep Dalvin here in Minnesota for the long term, because we know Zimmer loves to run the ball. So there you go. All right, but your thoughts, Dalvin Cook being a 2020 Vikings captain, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, pull us up on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.